300 more pages, most dripping with drama in the case against Casey Anthony.
Fox 35 has spent the day pouring through today's newly released discovery, and there is a lot that you haven't heard yet. Some of the headlines: Casey's friends gossiping about who might be Kaylee's father, new insight into Casey's partying ways, and how Casey apparently duped her parents into thinking she was in a serious relationship with a man that she actually barely knew. One of the biggest surprises to come out of all this newly released evidence: even Casey's grandmother doesn't like her. She says Casey stole from her and, quote, tormented her mother, Cindy, in the weeks after she disappeared with Kaylee from the house. Fox 35's Holly Bristow spent the day working for you, pouring through these papers. She is live in the studio tonight with the latest on the family feud.
It's been an interesting bunch of stuff to read, I'll tell you that much. I think there's one thing that Casey's grandmother said that really puts this all into perspective. Those were the last words that Casey's maternal grandmother said to her, and I do quote, "Casey, I love you, I love you, but I don't like you."
We've heard in the past that Casey Anthony stole from her grandmother, Shirley Placia, Cindy Anthony's mom. She's the older woman shown in this picture. It represents 4 generations. You see Shirley with Cindy, Casey, and Kaylee Anthony. When investigators interviewed Placia, she told them Casey first stole from her on Kaylee's 2nd birthday. Placia said she stayed at the Anthony's home overnight. She put her stuff in a bag in a bedroom. Placia tells detectives, quote, "Casey went to the store and she picked up her cake and a lot of fancy stuff," end quote. After returning home to Mount Dora, Placia realized that she was missing a check, so she canceled it. Later, the bank sent her a copy of that check. Confused, she took it to police. An officer noticed a driver's license number on the back of that check. Someone cashed it. The driver's license number belonged to Casey. She wrote that check out to Publix for Kaylee's 2nd birthday cake. Then, last spring, Placia says Casey stole $354 out of her husband's account. He's the man seen here with Kaylee. That money paid Casey Anthony's cell phone bill. When confronted about it, Casey apologized and offered to clean her granny's house. Grandma's response, quote, "Casey, I don't want you up here," end quote. Placia tells investigators that her daughter Cindy and her granddaughter Casey had a rocky relationship at times. She said Casey tormented Cindy from mid-June to mid-July, not letting her see or talk to Kaylee. After deputies arrested Casey in July and Kaylee disappeared, she'd wondered to herself several times if Casey, quote, hated her mom more than she loved Kaylee.
Now, Placia went on to tell investigators that from what she'd seen, that Casey had always been a very good mother to little Kaylee, but since August, her gut was telling her that Kaylee was dead.
Holly, thank you. The new batch of evidence also tells us a thing or two about Casey's partying past. You've seen the video of her wearing that flag and nothing else at a party. Well, it seems Casey also likes to smoke marijuana. Her ex-boyfriend's roommate told police that Casey would smoke it and then sometimes make food for them. He says he never saw Casey try anything harder than marijuana, but says that Casey did get high pretty fast.
Even the judge famously said the truth and Casey Anthony are strangers. And this new batch of evidence certainly doesn't help Casey's reputation for telling tall tales. It shows Casey Anthony had her mom thinking she was seriously involved with a guy named Jeff Hopkins. Not so much. Cindy Anthony has worked at Gentiva Healthcare for quite some time, and she does what a lot of moms do. She talked about her daughter Casey a lot. Casey once told her mom she was in Jacksonville to see a guy named Jeffrey Hopkins. We found this picture of him on Facebook. According to co-workers, Casey and Jeff Hopkins worked together at Universal Studios. They even heard he had a son named Zach around Kaylee's age. Co-workers say they heard the Anthonys even planned to make a big dinner at their home, expecting Hopkins to come to dinner. But there was always a last-minute excuse for why he couldn't make it. Hopkins was the reason why. He tells police he knew Casey from junior high and high school, but they weren't friends. When asked if he'd met Kaylee, his response, quote, "I have never met or seen the child." Hopkins did work at Universal, but never with Casey, and Hopkins does not have a son named Zach. Hopkins also says he traded phone numbers with Casey last summer at a restaurant, and it looks like that happened after Kaylee disappeared. Hopkins says the only time he actually heard from Casey is when she'd send out text messages to everyone in her phone book.
There is a steady stream of new evidence coming out in this case. In January, Fox 35 took you inside another 300-page batch of twists and turns. You might remember the evidence saying Kaylee's body was found in a black plastic garbage bag inside a laundry bag. Duct tape was found sealed over her mouth. The evidence also found some kind of residue in the shape of a heart, as if it came from a sticker. Police found a heart-shaped sticker nearby, along with sheets of heart-shaped stickers in Casey's room. You can dive deeper into the evidence and stay connected with the case on myfoxorlando.com. You can even read about a supposed jailhouse licorice incident between Casey and her attorney, Jose Baez. Plus, check out our interactive timeline to help make sense of this case.